A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
Hello, my dear students. So, after going through the unification of Germany and Italy, now our next two topics will be in this tutorial. And the first one is what about a strange case of Britain. Means we are going to see the unification or making of United Kingdom of Britain in this particular tutorial. That is why this is written over here as the topic name is Strange Case of Britain. Now let us see what was the strange case in Britain at that time. So we are going to discuss about the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain that we see nowadays. So that was not actually before. In Britain, the formation of the nation state was not the result of sudden upheaval or revolution. ये अचानक जो है यूनाइटेड किंगडम ब्रिटेन जो है एक दिन में नहीं बन गया और ये कोई रेवोल्यूशन और क्रांति की वजह से तुरंत होने वाला चीज नहीं है. That is not the quickest one. It was not the result of those revolution or that sudden upheaval. Sudden means what? अचानक क्रांति की वजह से नहीं हुआ और ना ही तो revolutions की वजह से हुआ. तो किस वजह से ये यूनाइटेड किंगडम ऑफ ब्रिटेन बना और कैसे बना? It was the result of the long drawn out process. Long drawn out, काफी दिनों तक ये प्रोसेस चलने के बाद that United Kingdom of Britain has come into existence. That is the thing I want to say over here. There was no British nation prior to the 18th century. 18th century से पहले कोई भी British nation बोलकर कुछ नहीं था. Nothing was there by the name of British nation. Actually, the Britain was inhabited by the ethnic ones. Now, who are these ethnic peoples? Means they are those people who used to just follow some common things among them. So the Britain was actually inhabited by this ethnic group of people. You can see over here, ethnic means what? It relates to a common racial, means those who believe on race, like Adolf Hitler we have seen in Nazism chapter in class 9. So ethnic people, they belong, they think, they believe just for their race, for their tribes, or according to the culture. So they just separate themselves according on the basis of these things, race, tribes, or the cultural origin or their background. Means they do not identify all of them, all type of people together. They just used to live separately on the basis of the races, tribes, or the origin. And you can see over that the Britain was inhabited by a number of different type of peoples over there, such as English. In England, the people English were there, and you can see over there Wales. Wales is the name of the language of the people of the Wales. Wales is also one of the country of Great Britain. So that was included there. So English, Wales, Scottish means Scotland people, and Ireland people, Irish means they were having their own cultural as well as political traditions. सभी का अलग अलग different होते थे. They were all having different cultural backgrounds as well as political traditions. So you can say that Britain was not united at that time. People were different, using different languages and living separately. The English nation, means the people of England, they steadily, means slowly, they grew in wealth. They got wealth, they earned a lot of wealth, even they earned importance, and they were also having power. But steadily, that not happen in one day. They steadily got all these things, wealth, importance, as well as power. And they were able to extend its effect to the other nation of the island also. They were just affecting and just controlling, you can say. They were just having great influence over other nations also, because they were heavy in wealth, importance, as well as they were having power also. So the English Parliament, that is the beginning from the English people. The people of the England, they started all these things. They started earning wealth, importance, and power. They were having power. So the English Parliament, what they have done, they seized power from the monarch. They have taken power from the monarch, King James II at that time, after conflict in 1688. The 1688, there was a conflict in the English Parliament, and these English people threw away the monarch King James II and helped to build a nation state. with England as its center. So they helped Britain to form a nation state, mean where such a country or such a state where they can share common language, tradition, history, as well as culture. And England became its center because it was initiated by England only. So England was its as center. And this particular revolution, also known as in history by the name of the glorious revolution in the history of Europe. So if someone will ask you about this one, what do you mean by or understand by the glorious revolution? It means that we are talking about the formation of the great United Kingdom of Great Britain. So there was an act of union in 1707 between England and Scotland. They were also there. They were living in Great Britain, Britain also. They were also, so England and Scotland. They just come into an act of union in 1707, and which resulted in the formation of Great Britain. Now England and Scotland got together and they formed United Kingdom of Britain. But as you can see, England was dominating. England was imposing all effects on Scotland, and British Parliament was dominated by these English members. So Scotland was just there as a you can say a very weak partner in that Act of Union in 1707. Scotland's unique culture, their political institutions were curbed. यानी रोक दिया गया, banned कर दिया गया. And Scotland's culture, even political institution, the growth of this in Scotland's culture and political institution were stopped, were curbed, by these English people. The Catholic families, they suffered terrible cruelty. What they suffered? Cruelty from these English people. English people, they were just quite cruel on these Catholic families. Whenever these Catholic families attempted to claim their independence, means whenever Scotland tried to get out of that Act of Union of 1707, so they were just scuffed down. They were just have to face cruelty. So the Catholic families were trying to get separate from this United Kingdom of Great Britain. But whenever they tried, these Catholic families of Scotland, whenever they tried, they suffered cruelty. They were forbidden to speak Gaelic language. They cannot speak Gaelic language, which was their local language, the local language of these Catholic families. So they were forbidden, मना कर दिया गया था. They can't speak their Gaelic language, or even they can't wear their national dresses also. तो ना तो वो ड्रेस पहन सकते हैं स्कॉटलैंड का, and they can't speak that language also. So they were just dominated. Their tradition, their institution, their culture, all was gone when they got together in that Act of Union of 1707. Large numbers of Scottish people, Scotland people, were also forcibly driven out of their homeland. They have to leave that United Kingdom of Britain to save themselves. Large numbers of people were forced to leave that country at that time. That was their homeland, because they were under that Act of Union 1707, and England was dominating all the places. So that was the strange case of Britain, or you can say the glorious revolution in the history of Europe. Now we will move toward our next topic, the strange case of Ireland. There is one more strange case in this chapter, the strange case of Ireland. Now that is quite interesting, my dear students. Ireland was a country which was divided between Catholics and Protestants. There were two groups known as Catholics and Protestants. Now let me tell you a few details about these people, Catholics and Protestants. You can read out over here also the main difference between Catholics and Protestants. Actually, both of them, they worship the same God. You can see they worship the same God, but the principles of their faith are different. They worship the same God, but their faith were different. 500 years after the Reformation, there are still painful division between Protestant and Catholics. Actually, the Protestants are those people who protested against these Catholics, against the ill teachings of Bible. Means actually there were few persons of the Catholics people or the fathers of the church who tried to change, who tried to modify and impose something which was not written in the Bible. Means they were just misusing the teachings of the Bible, these Catholics. In Germany, you can see the country of Reformation. A deep animosity divided Catholic and Protestant Christians until a few decades ago. And it all started when the Reformation took place, that is 500 years ago, when Martin Luther, and I remember his name, he tried to reform the Catholic Church. Actually, the church people were just announcing that if someone has murdered someone, and if they will pay a donation of such an amount, then all their sins will be forgiven by the God. So, if someone has murdered someone, if someone has done theft or something bad with someone, and if they will donate something to the church, then all their sins will be forgiven by the Almighty. So this was the teaching which is not written in the Bible, and you will not find in any other holy books of any religion. Such things are never written in any of the holy books. That if you will murder and if you will donate something, then your sin will be your sins will be forgiven. It is nothing like that. But at that time, it was there in Europe. Few church people were doing all these things. So there arose that man, Martin Luther, who stood up against these teachings of the Catholic people. He wrote about 95 theses, and he challenged the Catholic people to address it. He was ready to face them face to face. So that is the difference between the Catholic and the Protestants. Are the people who wanted the fair, who wanted to follow the Bible in a fair way. But these Catholics people, some of them are there. Always you will find some people in every religion and community that they used to change and they used to take advantage. So England over here planned to take advantage of this conflict between Catholics and Protestants. Whenever two friends used to fight, the third one used to take advantage. That is the thing. Catholics and Protestants were fighting in Ireland and England. They planned, okay, let us take the advantage of this conflict between Catholics and Protestants. Now the English people have decided that they will help Protestants of Ireland, means they were quite large in number. So they decided that they will help Protestant and not the Catholics. They will help Protestants to establish their dominance over largely Catholic country. It's a country full of Catholic people. So English people decided that they will help these Protestants to get over the dominance of this Catholic people. Catholic people also revolted, but they were suppressed. As you can see, England was powerful at that time, and they were helping these Protestants. So Protestants and the English, they got together and they defeated these Catholic people. They they, they successfully stopped their revolt, suppressed them. Though दबा दिया उन लोगों को, Catholics को. England took the advantage of the fight between Catholics and the Protestants. And you can see over here, after a failed revolt led by Wolfstone and his United Irishmen, 1798, Ireland was forcibly incorporated into the United Kingdom of Britain in 1801. So the people of Ireland also tried to get away from England because they got their desire that they wanted to get them inside their England. They want to make them inside that United Kingdom of Britain. So there was a revolt led by Wolfstone and his United Irishmen, the people of Ireland also tried, and they got united and they tried to fight against England, but they were forcibly जबरदस्ती उनको शामिल कर लिया गया United Kingdom of Britain में in 1801. Means that fight between this England and the United Irishmen and Wolfstone was failed, and they were forcibly incorporated, included. Ireland was forcibly included in the United Kingdom of Britain in 1801, and a new British nation was formed through the spread of this dominant English culture. Means English was everywhere at that time, whether it is Ireland, whether it is Scotland. the symbols of the New Britain, the British flag. You can see over here. I will show you the British flag over here. Also, you can see the Union Jack that was done. So that symbol of New Britain, the British flag, Union Jack, the national anthem, God Save Our Noble King. This is the national anthem. So the England people, the English people introduced this also. God Save the King. That was the national anthem of that time. So the English language was actively promoted throughout this United Kingdom of New Great Britain. Scotland and Ireland, both of them were forcibly incorporated and they formed the United Kingdom of Great Britain. And English was promoted everywhere. The older nations, they survived only as partners. Means this Ireland and Scotland, they were just the partners, but they were all dominated by these English people, the England. So that is all in this tutorial, my dear students, regarding the strange case of Britain and regarding the strange case of Ireland also. In our next tutorial, we will start this new topic, that is visualizing the nation. Thank you all. Bye bye. Take care.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.